I've been thinking, and
Did it hurt?
yes,
All right.
other people, 'cause it hurts other people when I get to thinking. Um,
Their feelings, maybe.
well, like I said, I don't care about people's feelings. They could go cry in a corner, be mad over there, away from me, by themselves. This is Real with Robo, and this video gonna be about what I've been thinking. Um, I've been pondering a lot lately about the injustice, inequality, and racism in America. And I feel, you know what, these BLM people are onto something. There is injustice, inequality, and racism in America. It's against white people. I know you ain't gonna want to hear that, but just give me a moment. I was pondering, I asked a couple, black groups, white groups, Latino groups. I'm not racist in my fact finding. I like to know. And so I asked them to tell me one program, just one, that were for whites only, here in America, here today. Okay? Because we have things like La Raza, which is for Hispanic people and Latino people. We have things like NAACP and United Negro College Fund. That's for, the black people. And then, of course, we have our quotas where people have to hire so many different colored people in order to, keep their little benefits or bonuses. They're bribed into not hiring the best, but hiring, whoever, which should disturb us. Because if I want quality merchandise, do I want somebody who has the experience that's needed to make that quality merchandise? Or do I want to go to a company that's just fulfilling a quota? So I was thinking about that. Then I got to thinking about cops. Cops. You guys are always on everybody's lips, so I got to thinking about it. I thought about it, and here's what I come up with. When we see a white criminal get smashed on by any color of policemen, we just turn a blind eye and say, bet he won't go for his gun again. Guess that learned him something, didn't it? Well, he made his bed, he needs to lie in it. But let a white cop touch a black person, and all hell breaks loose. Literally, look at what's happening in Seattle and Portland and all over the country. Literally. It's disgraceful. So then I went on to thinking, and I was like, I wonder if we could put all this together and we could all find out where this racism actually came from. Could we kill this monster? And the answer is no. I can't do nothing about it. Me personally. I can't do nothing about it. Why? Because I'm white. And that is where, it breaks up. All this time, while you guys have been telling us, shut your mouth, you're white, you're not allowed to have an opinion, you've been pulling us out of the fight that was eventually going to come. Well, the fight is now. Because now BLM in Louisville are threatening store owners that if they don't do what they demand them to do, then they're going to get messed up. And a lot of people say, well, what do you think about this? What do white people think about this? Why are you asking us now? Why? Oh, that's right, because you need somebody to blame it on, because then, oh, well, the white people said that we should do this, and then that, and then this, and then when this happened, and all this, and all that. And I'm like, wow. And you also took the cops out of your communities by saying defund them, dismantle them, throw them in the garbage, get rid of them. And that hurts my heart. Because I see this now, and the only ones that will be able to stop this mess are cops. But people don't think that way. People want to think the way they want to think. They think this is a good thing. They think that this is a great idea. And now we're seeing what your great idea had. See, me, I think before I act, most of the time. And I think before I speak, some of the time. But I know when I speak, it isn't going to have nasty repercussions on anybody but me. So does that make it right? No, it doesn't make it right, but it doesn't make it wrong either. What's wrong is we're sitting here in our, third month of watching these idiots in Seattle go ape crap over a criminal dying. And yes, I'm going to put it just like that, over a criminal dying. Because you see, when you want full equality, we need to be fully equal. So if it was a white person that died like that, everybody would have said, no one cares. So what? He died. Guess he won't go for the gun. Bet he won't fight cops no more. So let's put the same thing on George Floyd. Guess he won't be stupid no more. Guess he won't fight cops no more. But then, I'm bad for saying that. Am I right or wrong about it?
Bad girl.
Exactly. I'm bad for saying that because I have no heart. You're heartless. But if we looked at the white deaths via the cops, when they were innocent white criminals, I don't know how you get that, but I'm just going to float that as an idea. But innocent white criminals, then all of a sudden, it's okay. But it's not okay. Because that is racism. Whether you like it or not, that is racism. When you don't care about something because of the color of someone's skin, that is racism. And I got upset at the conservative twins, and which is rare because I rarely don't see their point of view. And I know the point that they were trying to make was, that black people are bigger racists than any other person, any other color in the world. And that is a fact. However, the way they said that was racist. They said if you take a broad or a white brush and painted all the black people, you'd have the biggest group of races in the world. Okay? And that is racist. And I called them out on it. I let them know that was racist. Because what it insinuated was that only white people could be racist. So you'd have to paint everybody white first in order to get racism. And that's not true. Because anybody would agree, well, maybe not BLM and a couple other people, but anybody would agree that actually has thought about it. Black people can be the most racist people in the world. And it's true.
Especially here.
White people, we really don't give a damn. We don't. We don't. We're over that. Okay? We got over that in like the 50s. We want to move forward and make America better. We don't want to live our life in history and go around and go, oh my God, you know, this poor person is suffering because, you know, back in 183011, you know, their ancestors were slaves. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And I don't know about other people who have channels like mine, but I mean, I cannot see my listeners being that dumb. I can't. Because if you listen to me and you hear me, and you know, you take my word for it, and you go and do your own research and you find out to be true and you make your own argument and you tell the truth and you spread the truth and all that, then you are not that dumb. I mean, how dumb is it to say because of racism and slavery back in the 1800s, I can't be arsed to get up and get a job. I have to sell drugs. What? You choose your own destiny. And I think that's why a lot of people hate on white people, is because we have no mercy for our own. No mercy. You're a white person, you fight against the cops, you get pistol whipped, you get browbeaten, you get thrown against the car, you get launched into the car. You get ran over by a car, you get beat down, you get shot. That's on you. And a lot of people say, man, that's savage. No, it isn't. He's a criminal. He's a bad guy. He wouldn't care if I said, hey, you know, that was wrong of you, Mr. Officer. He was just an innocent white criminal. He wouldn't care if I was the biggest voice all over TV. He'd still rob my ass. So why should I care about him? Never thought of it that way, have you? The reason why white neighborhoods are so safe and so secure is because when we see something wrong, we say something. We have no problem working with the cops and saying, hey, yeah, that little boy over there, he the one that robbed that woman. We nip the shit in the bud. Like, we are not going to give up our power. And I know many, many jokes of white power are going to follow that comment. And I'm ready for them all, okay? But that horse has also been beaten to death, okay? We're not going to give our power as a neighborhood, as a community, to the criminals. That is why I say black communities shoot themselves in the foot constantly when they won't tell the cops who did the murders. And you see it all the time. The black community suffering is self-inflicted. It's not because the white man did it. It's not because slavery. It's not because systemic, whatever, racism. Because the only racism that exists in America today is against white people. Black people and other people that are not white are given so many damn leg ups with all the programs they have, with all the quotas they have, with all the rest of the crap they have. So please, give me a break. Give me a break. If you're going to come with an argument, come with an intelligent one. The reason why we don't care what BLM is doing, and we're living our lives just fine. I actually do care a little bit. I think it's foul, but there you have it. Let me not be the one, to be all heartless and whatnot. But the fact of the matter is, the reason why we are living just fine, now that BLM is doing strong arm tactics, is the same reason I keep on telling y'all. Same exact reason. You sit there, you shoot yourself in the foot and give criminals power. You gave BLM your voices. You gave BLM the rights to your community and how your community should be ran by saying, take the police out of the community. That's on you. This is your beast, not ours. We've been saying that BLM has been funky smelling for the longest time. I've been saying it. And they've got an anti-cop mission. Because if you take the cops out of every community, then what happens? The criminals take over. Do you think that BLM and the people that run BLM and the people that are higher ups in BLM have no criminal histories? I suggest you look again. Because after the first BLM wave of blah, when they were just getting started, we saw 4 BLM members, higher ups, go to prison for other crimes they had committed. Gee, I wonder why they want the cops out of your communities. Maybe so they could do what they're doing right now. And that's threatening the Latino community in Louisville, Kentucky, to do as they want or else. So you want a little sound robo advice. You want a way to stop this? You're going to have to get the cops back into it. That's the only way. That is the only way. We white people are used to being the bad guys. We're always the bad guys. It's not like the white settlers were the first people in the world when they stepped on the ground of America who brought savagery to this land. We're not. Okay, there was savagery before. But that's for another video. I'm sick and tired of racism. You want this crap to end? I'll tell you how to end it. Tell the cops exactly what's going on, what they're saying, what they're doing. Get evidence, hand it to the cops, and say, we want this crap to stop. And you have to do that as a community. Because standing alone is hard, but standing together, it makes it less hard. And standing together against these criminals, because that's what they're doing right now. They literally, for what they're doing, they literally can be sunk under the RICO Act. Literally. It's organized. You have to get together and put the cops back in the communities. And you have to start telling the cops what's going on. You have to start being responsible for your own actions and your own failures. It's not my fault. It's not anyone else's fault that you cannot keep up with society. Not our fault. You choose the road you go on. Not anyone else. Okay? It's not, you didn't get the job because the other person was white and you're black. You didn't get the job because your ass didn't wake up on time. You came to work, the interview, looking like who done it, when, where, and why, and please don't do it again. And they were 30 minutes early and they were ready to go. And that's why you didn't get the job, because you're irresponsible. And that's on you, not on anyone else. Furthermore, you want this crap to stop, you're going to have to stand up as a community and get on your mayors, get on your governors, get on their heads, and remind them that you vote too. But what does that mean? It means you need to tell them, hey, you know what? While you're catering to these thugs and these idiots, we vote too. And I guarantee you, we're the ones going to be at the polls. Not Dingeldorf over there that barely turned 18, ain't got no thought of voting, ain't got no reason or rhyme nor way to get there. We do. And we're the hard-working people of your community, so you might want to listen up. But you know, I'm still waiting on an answer that doesn't involve Hitler, white supremacy, racism, hate. Shut the F up. You're a dumb white bee.
F you.
Yeah, F you. To the question. Name one all-white organization that is for whites only. That is like the NAACP, the United Negro College Fund, or La Raza. Name one. Don't say the welfare system, because that's not just for whites. Okay, don't say Catholic Charities, because that's not just for white people. All right? Don't try me, because I've been on almost every single program there is when I lived in Oakland, California, and I know for a fact there is not an all-white program. And for those upper-lipped hillbillies in Hollywood there, you know, the ones that think you're cute, you know, the ones that want to open their mouths and tell us how to live our lives because of white privilege. Sweetheart, if you feel so bad about white privilege, then why don't you give me some of your white privilege, because I'll take all donations. That's real right there. That's real right there. I can't find the line for white privilege, and my husband can't either. And even though my heritage is different, maybe that's what it is. My heritage is different. Maybe I just didn't get the memo in the mailbox saying, hey, you know, you're due some white privilege. Homie, come on. You'll have a better time at it.
Did we forget to check the mail that day?
We might have. Or, knowing the Memphis mail system, they probably dropped it on the ground and it blew away to some other lucky white people. Damn those white people. Now, my point being is this, Hollywood. The only reason you think that white people have white privilege is because you're sitting up in your $1 million house and you're afforded to talk that kind of crap and encourage that kind of idiocy, because it ain't never gonna come to your community. And if it do, you have the cops on speed dial. So don't lie to me. Don't try me.
Don't forget about their private security.
Oh yeah, and your private security. But, you know, the DNC got a little surprise from the cops when they was like, oh, you hate us? Oh, you want to disband us? Oh, okay. Okay. Well, we're not going to guard your function. How's that, Grabby? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. How you feeling now? Which I thought was funny as hell. I was like, oh, the cops are going buck wild. But seriously, people in Hollywood, this stuff ain't happening in your neighborhoods. It ain't happening to your businesses. It ain't happening to you. So why don't you keep your mouth shut or encourage peace? You know, I thought that's what Hollywood was all about. You know, back in the 80s when I was raised, we had that big thing for Africa. And it was all about peace. We just want world peace. Go back to the dinghy, we just want world peace.
All we were saying is give peace a chance.
Yes. We are the world. That kind of thing. Stay out of politics because none of y'all are really good at it. I mean, oh my God. Did I tell you about what I saw on one of our favorite actors' pages? I was hollering. He's from Canada. He's an immigrant, okay? And he talking about the First Amendment rights. And I'm like, to an American, a birthright citizen. And I'm like, bruh. Okay, bruh. You don't need to tell us about our First Amendment, believe me. Bruh. We the one that brought it to your Canadian ass. I'm still seeing if we could trade Michael Shanks and Justin Bieber back to Canada for some bacon. Was that rude of me?
Bacon.
Guess not. Anyway, so like I said, in order to do all what you want to do and get free of this BLM monster that you created, go ahead, get the cops involved, stand as a community, don't take no mess from no one. And y'all live right. Don't blame it on white people. We didn't do nothing. And many of us, we don't have that white privilege that you're hollering. We only wish we did. And if Hollywood and Oprah feel so bad about, you know, their white privilege, they are more than welcome to send it to me. I will take the burden of your white privilege and bear it on my shoulders, I promise you. I will take your white privilege and carry it on my shoulder. I will carry your cross for you. I will. There's nothing such as white privilege. It's a two-tier justice system, yeah, for like rich people and poor people. But as you know, Robo poor as hell. Okay, I'm so broke I can't even pay attention. And that's real with Robo.